What is going on, YouTube? What is going on, family? Listen, folks, unless you been living underneath a rock, I don't know if you all been watching the news, but check this out.
Are in default, they may have their wages garnished.
Yeah, a little bit of grinchiness coming into our report here. The Trump administration making clear today that they will resume garnishing the wages.
Okay, family, this is what's going on. The Trump administration is planning to garnish wages. Now, check this video out.
There's a lot of things in this world that I'll pay, but student loans is not one of them. I'll be seeing like people stress out about paying student loans, and I'm not gonna have that stressor. Why? Because I'm just not gonna pay it. I just don't get the concept of me furthering my education and going to school so I can be in debt 100 grand.
Wait a minute, family. Here's something this young lady is not understanding. You know, it's a privilege to be able to get a loan to go to school. But I want to back up and send a big shout out to our newest subscribers. Yes, yes. Listen, family, if you're watching this channel for the first time, post down in the comment section saying, I'm new here, so I can greet you myself, and your name can be along this ticker along the bottom of the screen. So family, we're going to keep this show rolling. Now check out this video.
Not so merry gift from the Department of Education. They just made an announcement 2 days before Christmas that nobody wants to hear. Listen up to see how this may impact your finances. Now, for my OG followers, if you see me looking down, you know I have my notes. If you're not following the Black Dust Society.
Yes, listen, family. What's really going on is simply this. The Trump administration said that from 2020, they paused, right? They paused from reporting back owed student loan debt. They paused it in 2020. But now what they're saying, no more payment programs. If you're behind, they're going to snatch your money, family. Check this out.
Taking away a student loan repayment plan is insane. Not only have we been battling with the Department of Education since even before COVID, y'all are messing with forgiveness, y'all are messing with people's approved repayment plans, and now this, like...
It's no more, family. It's no more. So let's go back to the news article and see what they're saying about it on the news.
Student loan borrowers who are in default of their loans. That stopped at the start of the pandemic, and now it is being resumed, and it could affect millions of people. At the moment, the Education Department estimates that about 5 million student loan borrowers are in default, and the department says that total could soon double. The federal government hasn't gone after the paychecks of borrowers for years now, but apparently it has chosen a time of economic uncertainty, with millions of Americans struggling to get by, to resume seizing people's pay to cover unpaid student loans. In case you're wondering, the Education Department is empowered to seize up to 15% of student borrowers' after-tax income. More than 42 million Americans now hold student loans, with the total outstanding $1.6 trillion.
Now check it out, family. You heard what the reporter said. They're looking to take 15% of your check, but it gets worse. Let me play this next clip, and I'm going to tell you the other part of it.
I just don't understand. So what y'all telling me is that we can fund wars for countries that ain't got nothing to do with us, but we making our Americans pay all this money in debt for school. Then what happened to Biden? Biden, you said you was finna, that's how you got us. You said you was gonna cancel 10,000 or 20,000, whatever the case may be. I ain't seen a cancellation yet.
Hold up, sis. Willie, if you watching this video, post down in the comment section and let all of the viewers know President Biden helped you.
So I'm just trying to figure out who was the people that actually got canceled. Because I ain't seen nobody come on this internet here and say that their student loans have been canceled. The government is going to have to get them student loans by blood, because I'm never going to just make a payment on them. Never. Y'all going to have to come take that out of my check in order to get it. Because.
And listen, family, what this young lady don't understand, that is the plan. They're going to garnish your wages. And let me play this next clip, and I'll tell you the rest.
If the plan is to bully everyone into paying on their loans, this is not the way to go about it. And I'll be honest, at this day and time, a student loan is at the bottom of my bills. I don't plan on paying them back. The interest is outrageous. I was 17 when I signed these loan agreements. I will easily defer by entering some type of program, but I'm not paying these loans back. So Department of Education, Trump, do whatever y'all need to do. I paid $20 last year, and that's all I got moving forward.
Now listen, family. It's funny that this young lady is saying that she's not going to pay it back. But what she don't know, you see, it says RIP, saving plan 2024 to 2025. Well, in 2026, when you file your income tax, young lady, poof, just like you just left, your income tax going to be gone the same way. They're going to take the income tax if you're behind and 15% of your income. So let's keep it moving.
Please make sure to do so. This is a space in which pop culture, politics, and money meet. So 2 days before Christmas, the Department of Education announced today that starting January 7th, they will start sending out notices to student loan borrowers who are in default. They are at risk for wage garnishment. Starting January 7th, 1,000 recipients will receive notices of their status. Each month after that, that number will increase. Now, it's important to note that the government is only allowed to garnish up to 15% of a person's wages. Now, as we all know, starting in mid-January and going forward until April, that is tax season. So if your status is under garnishment, they can take all or a portion of your taxes. Now, the student loan crisis in this country is a huge issue. Currently, there are 5 million borrowers who are in default. In addition to that, only 38% of Americans are current on their student loan payments. And in total, 42 million Americans hold student loan debt that equals up to $1.6 trillion. Now, in my daily brief, I just made an announcement today that the Golden Fleet is coming. That is going to be a very costly project, and they're going to need the money from somewhere. So I do not believe that they are playing around with garnishing people's wages. It is important to note that wage garnishment has not taken place in this country since the pandemic.
Now listen, family. Here's something you need to think about. Once these folks start garnishing your wages, there will be no stopping until your student loan debt is repaid. One thing you can do, wait a minute, I'll save that to the end of the video.
However, the Department of Education is putting everybody on notice that they do mean business and that your wages will be garnished if you are in default. And this is a piece of real talk right here. If you are in default because they are not playing with you in regards to garnishing your wages, it is best that you get ahead of the problem and contact your student loan borrower now to see what payment arrangements you can make. That is a better option than getting your paycheck garnished. Get that.
Absolutely. So look, family, what I was alluding to earlier is simply this. Yes, you want to get ahead of this if you're behind. Last I checked, there's no payment program within the federal government. But if you can get a loan through a private entity like Navy Federal, Penn Fed, PNC Bank, Chase, to pay for the student loan, and now you pay that entity, this will help you tremendously. Like I said, they just dropped this information 2 days before Christmas. Now listen to this from the Trump administration.
We will put an end to Joe Biden's illegal student loan bailout attempts. No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion. But fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment. This is unsustainable, unfair, and a huge liability for American taxpayers. Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others. So why should Americans who didn't go to college or went to college and responsibly paid back their loans pay for the student loans of other Americans? The Trump administration will never force taxpayers to pay student loan debts that don't belong to them. Student loan borrowers need clarity, and we're finally giving it to them. Borrowers will now be clearly expected to repay their loans, and those who default on their loan obligations will face involuntary collections. The government can and will collect defaulted federal student loan debt by withholding money from borrowers, tax refunds, federal pensions. We will
Listen, in so many words, by all means necessary, the Trump administration, they're going to get this student loan money. Now, I also want to send a big shout out to our channel members. Big shout outs to you all. Now, family, please, if you like this content, give me one of these. Okay? If you have something to say about this content, put it down below. If you got a family member that owes student loan debt, please transfer, share, show this video to that family member. Because I'm telling you, this administration, they got 3 more years in office, family. It's just getting started. Till my next episode, you be blessed.